Welcome to 5 Signs It's Time to Break Up with Your Current Website, a webinar presented by Maximum Author Impact. I'm your host, Donna K. Fitch. We all know it, that sick feeling in the pit of your stomach when you look at the former object of your affection. You know it's over. Now it's time to face reality. It's just not what you hoped it would be in the beginning. Or maybe you're in denial. Your friends tell you it's all wrong, but you've invested so much in the relationship you can't bear to see it end. Maybe it can be saved. Maybe. Let's look at the 5 signs it's time to break up with your current website. Can this relationship be saved? Sign 1. You've lost that lovin' feeling. Your website has 3D buttons, glossy menus, shadows. It's really a web page trying desperately to look like something else. It was really amazing 3 or 4 years ago. Can this website be saved? Yes, it's common to get tired of your site design. If you're using WordPress, it's very easy to change themes, which is what I recommend if you have a website that has a design that's more than a couple of years old for sure. The styles have changed, and the current fashion is for flat design. The previous look, which you can see an example of on the left side of your screen, is called skeuomorphism. That's attempting to make design elements appear as real-world objects. And that was begun by Apple in their interface design with all the glassy-looking buttons that everyone tried to copy on their websites. Nowadays, the flat design is the trend, spearheaded by Windows with their Metro Tiles look. Now, a skeuomorphic design isn't wrong, but help your site visitors by treating them to a fresh, clean look. As Vincent Flanders, maintainer of webpagethatsuck.com says, your website is who you are. Be sure you're accurately reflecting who you are, and don't give visitors the wrong idea by presenting an outdated web design. Sign 2. We got married in a fever. You discovered widgets. You discovered more widgets. You discovered so many widgets. And then you discovered plugins. And now there's so much going on, you aren't really sure yourself how to find anything. The title of this sign comes from the song Jackson, where Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash sing about how they got married in a fever hotter than a pepper sprout. That's sometimes how it feels when you get excited about widgets and plugins in WordPress. So many of them are available for free, and they do really cool things. You just download them and you add amazing functionality to your page. Unfortunately, when the novelty wears off, you look at your page and wonder, what was I thinking? So, can this website be saved? Yes. You can think about the purpose of your website and who your audience is. Do all the widgets and plugins serve the overall intention of your site? I recommend that you weed out the widgets that don't make a direct contribution, and be sure that any customizable widgets you have blend in with the overall color scheme, because a multiplicity of colors can also make the site look very busy. And too much busyness on your pages causes confusion. This was documented in a 2005 article in the Journal of Vision that described feature congestion as a measure of visual clutter, or how the eye reacts to items on a screen. The comparison was made to if you had to put a sticky note on somebody's desk, how clean or messy is that desk, and would the person ever see that note? And guess what? The more items on the screen, the harder it is to find an individual item. And I know we've all been to websites that were that way, that there's just widget after widget, and it gets confusing to make a decision as to what it is that you need to do on that website. Sign 3, you don't bring me flowers. Your site stats have flatlined, or they were never very active in the first place. Nobody signs up for your opt-in list. Nobody comments on your blog posts, except maybe spammers. It seems like a perfectly good website, but it's not doing anything for you. Can this website be saved? Yes, but the answer to fixing this problem has many possible causes, so you may have to go through multiple plans of attack to figure out what it is that can build up visitors to your site. You should check out SEO and the keywords that are used on your site, making sure that you're using terms that people who are looking for what you have to offer on your site would be searching for. One way to help is to try a plugin such as All-in-One SEO that will be able to include keywords and prompt you for the best ways to connect visitors with your site. One of the most important ways to entice people to your website is to be sure that you're providing compelling content on your blog. If there's nothing of interest on a website, people may visit once, but there's no need for them to come back. Next, you could freshen your design by changing your theme. This is, as we talked about in the first sign, always a good idea to do on a regular basis, but it's not in and of itself going to attract people to your site. And then if you're offering an opt-in gift to entice people to sign up for your mailing list, then you may need to update it to something that's going to be more appealing to them. And bear in mind that you're competing against over 45 billion indexed pages. That's the estimated number in Google according to worldwidewebsize.com. But just because there are a lot of sites out there, not everyone does the exact thing that it is that you do that will draw people to your site. Sign 4. 400 children and a crop in the field. I realize the line is actually with 4 hungry children, but I've always heard it in my head as 400 children. Somebody else designed your website or your blog with the best of intentions, and it does all sorts of cool things. It's beautiful to behold, but you have absolutely no idea how to update it because you're a little bit scared it's smarter than you. Well, this is the website relationship where you went all out. You handed your website over to your cousin or your brother's girlfriend or maybe the really bright computer science student next door. They did a bang-up job. But then they gave up technology for a commune in Tibet, or they quit the web business, or you have no idea where they are. You may not even be sure what the username and password are, or where the silly thing is even hosted. Wow, thank you so much for that, Lucille. Can this website be saved? Yes, maybe. This is definitely not a good situation, and on your next website, You want to be sure to request from your designer the name of your hosting company, domain name company, and all relevant passwords. And any professional web designer should offer you that information anyway, in a way that you'll be able to keep up with it securely. But that's one of those retrospectively closing the barn door situations. What are your choices now? There is a website called Who Hosts My Website, located at cpanel.net, and it has some great tips for finding your hosting provider. And I've included that link in your action guide. Those steps may be helpful, and then once you have found out that relevant information, you can contact a web designer who will be able to help you out with your site. In the last quarter of 2012, by the way, the number of registered domain names passed 250 million worldwide. Now let's delve a little bit deeper into finding out who your web host is. Here are some of the tips that are mentioned in that cpanel.net site. You can search your email for keywords such as name server, hosting, account, or payment so that you can see who it is that you're paying and if you're getting updated emails from them. If you don't have any of that information, because possibly the emails were going to whoever designed your site, you might look through bank or credit card statements to see if there's any information about who or where that's hosted. If that doesn't work, you can go to what's called a Whois lookup. There's a website called whois.net, and there are others, and look for the section that lists name servers. The format of a name server is usually NS and some numbers, followed by something.com. The something.com is your host. And then you can type that something.com into your browser. So in this example, you can see that HostGator.com is the site that you're looking for, the host name. Another problem related to that is you may know who your hosting company is, but not have the knowledge to update your site. First, you need to know how your website is put together. Does it use a particular content management system? WordPress is an example of a content management system. And there's a large percentage of websites that use WordPress, so a good idea is to first figure out, is it using WordPress? If not, then you can go on and figure out what else it may be using. So to determine if it's a WordPress site, look at the bottom of the page first in a browser, and you'll see something like this line that I have indicated with a copyright and information about what theme is being used and the word WordPress, and that's a giveaway. And the phrase Genesis Framework means that it's a WordPress site if it doesn't actually have the word WordPress. If that doesn't help, right-click on the page and choose View Page Source. Now, you'll see a lot of information that you may not understand, but look for this line: meta, name equals generator, content equals WordPress. And that will let you know if it's WordPress or if it is some other content management system. Other clues to a WordPress site include WP-content, looking at that source code, or WP-anything else. If it doesn't say WordPress somewhere in that source, then it may use something else. Joomla and Drupal are a couple of possibilities, but there are a lot of automatic website generators out there that it could be using. So you may just have to browse through that and through the code and see if there's anything that gives you any other clues to that. But once you know what system is being used, then you can Google for tutorials on how to manage that site. Sign 5. You left me just when I needed you most. Your site loads slowly. It's not always available when you try to visit a page. Even more telling, you notice strange little text ads for Viagra up in the corner of some pages. Or you get a nasty email from someone in India telling you to shut down the spam machine. You, my friend, have been hacked. Ooh, can this website be saved? Possibly. First, find out if you truly have been hacked. Use a scanner such as sitecheck.securi.net, which I've listed that in your action guide. There are things that can be done to clean up your site, but usually they require a deep knowledge of programming to make sure the site has been completely cleaned. 73% of the 40,000 most popular WordPress sites are prone to malware, according to the Sophos blog Naked Security. Some of the things that you can do to avoid this state is, if you do have a WordPress website, make sure that your themes are updated, that your plugins are updated, and most of all, that you always update WordPress whenever there's a new version that comes out, because older sites are the ones that or older versions of the software are the ones where you're going to have issues, and those allow people who are hacking sites to get in there and to burrow into your site and use it as a platform for malware. So the next steps for you to do are to go back over these signs and see if any of them fit you. Try out the solutions to the best of your ability, and contact an expert if you need any help on any of these signs, particularly that last one. And be sure to sign up for Create a Beautiful Author Blog Now if you'd like to learn more about setting up your website. I'm going to tell you about that in just a moment. Is your head spinning now from all of that technical information that I've told you about? If that's the case, I have a solution for you. I'll be conducting a 4-week online course starting November 11th through December 2nd. Those are on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Central Time. And at the end of the course, you will have a beautiful author blog that you can be proud of and that you can actually update yourself. At the end of each session, I'll tell you about action steps to complete toward your website. And in what I call my no-fail action steps, if you don't feel confident in completing them after my instruction, I'll offer you a 50% off coupon for my services to have me complete them for you. Here's just a few of the things that you'll learn. 2 crucial elements that set one hosting company apart from another, along with a third that can make or break your site. How you can install the perfect blogging platform for you with just one click. 3 essential elements to a header image that sells your book. The single most important element to get your blog noticed, and more. And this is all for the amazing price of $97. In addition, I have these special free bonuses. Recordings of all the class sessions, so you can refresh your memory at any time, or if you were not able to attend in person, you'll be able to hear them later. A free download of the Genesis framework and Beautiful Pro theme, a $99 value. Access to an exclusive Facebook group for course participants only, where you can ask questions and show off your website. A PDF workbook containing all of the worksheets that we use in the course, and a coupon good for 50% off of a 30-minute phone consultation with me at any point in the course, normally costing $50. So take advantage of this special opportunity and click the register button to sign up today for the course. I don't think that you'll regret it at all, and I think you'll be happy to be able to take control of your website yourself. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And I hope you've learned something, even though it was a little bit lighthearted of an approach. But if you need any help with your website, I hope that you will consider Maximum Author Impact, because my purpose is to help out indie authors to have a beautiful author blog that can help sell your book so that you can be the best sharer of information that you can possibly be. Please be sure to check out my 4-week course, again at that amazing price of $97 plus all those special free bonuses. I look forward to meeting you online and getting to know you better. Again, thank you so much. This is Donna Fitch for Maximum Author Impact.